Scorpios and cross watchers, hello. Okay, so unfortunately, it's going to be the last Scorpio featured video because we will be jumping into Sagittarius season. So they will be the new featured sign. But Scorpio, you will always be in my heart as the featured sign. Okay, so oh, and hi, thanks for being here at 11:44 messages, by the way. Rude of me, I know. All right, so I'm going to be doing two videos. Um Aries to Virgo and then Libra to Pisces. We're going to do it like that. Okay? Not all of these messages will be love and business because if I felt just a strict love vibe, all you got was a reading about love and business as well. Well, business, same thing for business. The messages can be flipped, of course. Please keep that in mind. I don't know who I'm talking to because I don't know your business. And I think that's about it. I hope that's it. Oh, and I don't know if this is currently happening, happened already, or will happen. So also keep that in mind. And now I think we're ready to begin. Yes. So the first sign, of course, is Scorpio dealing with Aries. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. All right. So the first cup. Goodness gracious. The first card you got, and I hope it's okay to show on YouTube, cause these are a little bit is raunchy the word? They're a little sexual, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. You got the Three of Cups. Yeah, I told you. And it was clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so with that, if this is business, you could be toasting to your success. Just, maybe you've invested with an Aries. Okay, maybe maybe you have an Aries business partner. You invested and those investments are paying off, or you started your own new business with an Aries. You got a new job. Maybe you have an Aries coworker. Maybe you could even be involved romantically with an Aries, but you also have a business situation. Hey, it can go either way here. Okay? Either way, you could be celebrating because things worked out in your favor. Your finances are improving. You could have met an Aries that's a great business partner and you are just making a great team. Luck is on your side, or at least it feels that way. But remember to stay grounded and balanced because it's easy to get a little carried away and do some crazy things with your money. Okay, so keep that in mind. If it's a love situation, then your existing relationship could have improved dramatically just out of nowhere. You may even want to renew your vows if you're married already to an Aries. Just celebrating your love with family and friends, have some type of ceremony like that. You could actually meet a new Aries and fall in love just out of the blue and get married out of the blue. These changes and these situations could just happen out of nowhere with this Wheel of Fortune. Even though you've really manifested all of it, you could not even, like, whoa, I did all this? Yes, you did. Or they did. Someone did. Okay, so just go with the flow because it's all going in your favor. And for the advice card, you got, surprise, surprise, the Eight of Wands and success and growth is your oracle card. But the tarot card for this is the Eight of Wands, and that talks about things moving quickly. It could feel like a whirlwind, just like I was saying, whirlwind romance. You could be just so excited about this, but I don't know if anxious, hesitant, apprehensive, one of those words. You could have a tinge of that because you have to now make quick decisions, whether it be in business or in love. Um, Quick. Maybe you have to take business trips. You have to organize things. You have to, decide if you want to marry this Aries that's trying to run off into the sunset with you. Just stuff like that. Just remember to breathe, stay focused, and you'll be fine. Because this is all for your benefit. And the Eight of Wands also talks about a possible hasty marriage. Someone could be getting married, and I did talk about that in a reading this week. I did. Someone could be just getting married. I did say that. I remember saying those words. Okay. The additional messages that you got, I've been struggling. Now, don't let this scare you. It could just mean, like I said, with all of the things that are going on, all of the responsibilities, the quick decisions, the booming business, whatever it may be, someone could just be feeling overwhelmed, just mentally overwhelmed, and they could look at that as struggling. So that's how I took it, at least. And you got invest. Like I said, you could have investments that are paying off, or you are urged to make investments because they will pay off. Or you could just be investing in this person that wants to marry you. Fantasy. Like I said, someone's rushing off to get married quickly, or they want to rush off with someone to get married quickly, and all of this can just feel like a fantasy. Just like the other day, I was hoping for love, and now all of a sudden I've met someone, they're totally in love with me, and they want to marry me. It could be that type of situation. That's the fantasy. It could be. Or it could have always been a fantasy of yours to meet someone that wants to marry you. Maybe you've always had a fantasy of being married. Yes, those are fantasies. We will move on to Taurus. Okay, so I'm taking a deep breath. It's okay. Don't be alarmed. So for Taurus, Eight of Swords and the Empress. Okay. You could have gotten into debt because of a little overspending, maybe some bad business moves. And now you may partner up with a Taurus to increase your money. You could be in your thoughts about that, or you could be putting a lot of effort and energy into a job, but just not seeing what you want to see from this. You're not feeling fulfilled. You're not getting what you want out of this. You could feel exhausted because you're like, I'm doing all this work, but there's something off here. It's something that's not working out the way I expected it to work out. You may feel as if you're inadequate. Maybe not doing the job the right way, or not doing enough. Take charge of the situation, because a lot of this is just in your head. You do have the skills. You are capable of doing anything that you want. Anything. So maybe you need to upgrade your skills. Do some training so that you feel more qualified to do what you're trying to do. You could do so much more with your energy. So don't drain yourself trying to figure out why a situation isn't working out for you. Instead, Try to see what you can do to change the situation. And I hope that doesn't sound harsh, because I really don't mean it to be that way. If this is a love situation, you could have a loving relationship, but you may not look at it that way, or the other person doesn't. This Taurus, we'll just say it like this Taurus could be doing all of the right things, but maybe they're doing 99 right things, and you're like, but what about that 1%? Oh, okay, they're not doing the 1%. That means they don't love me. That means all this and that. Don't do that, because you're making yourself unhappy. You could be. I don't know your situation, but you could be making yourself unhappy based on like unrealistic expectations, things that really aren't there. You could want to start a family, but realistically, you're not ready, or you know that the person, the Taurus, possibly isn't ready. Maybe you feel as if having a baby will make you feel more fulfilled inside and loved. But that doesn't mean that you're ready to have a baby just because you feel as if a baby will love you the way you want to be loved, or that you can love the baby the way you want. Maybe you're not financially ready, maybe you're not emotionally ready, or whatever the case is. You did get a Four of Swords. Well, you got the Just Breathe card, which is the Four of Swords for your oracle advice. You could feel, like I said, overwhelmed, burned out from all you've been putting into this job or whatever the situation is. Remember to just clear your head, just breathe, take a step back, gain your strength, have a plan going forward, what you're going to do to fix this. Ask yourself what you really want and what you really need, because maybe you don't even really want a baby. Not saying it like that, but just hear me out. Maybe it's not about really rushing to have a baby. Maybe instead you just need more love and affection from someone. And that will suffice until you are able to get into the energy of being ready for a baby. Hope I said that right. You got, yes, it's too late. Now, like I said, don't be alarmed by that. Don't be alarmed, because it very well could mean, let's see how I can word this. Okay, so I'm going to say something and I don't want it to seem harsh. Maybe with this Empress, it can be an older woman and it may be too late to have a baby if that's what you are wanting. But you might be unrealistic and putting stress on your partner about this, about wanting to have a baby. I don't want to say it like that, because I never want to say that it's too late for someone to have a baby. As long as you have, I almost said the equipment. As long as you're physically able to have a baby, you can have a baby. But I don't know why you got this card. So I'm just trying to figure it out, since I don't know your business. Or you could be telling yourself it's too late when it's not really too late, because you did get this Eight of Swords. So that talks about being in your head, in your thoughts, like a mental prison. Look at you. You can get out of it. You just feel like, woe is me, like it's all bad. But it's not. Maybe someone thinks that it's too late to gain the skills, like I said about advancing your skills. Maybe they could feel like, oh, well, I'm too old to do that. No, you're never too old. You can be 99 years old and still upgrade yourself, upgrade your skills. So keep that in mind. I will get off of that now. It's not you, it's me. Again, someone is in their head, and either they mean to say this to the other person, the Taurus needs to say it to the Scorpio, or vice versa. It's not you, it's me. Either they need to say that, or they're feeling it and they just haven't said it yet. Because it's really not the other person. It really is you, based on that Eight of Swords card. And Wallflower. Wallflower is my introvert card. So with the Four of Swords that you got, it's telling you to maybe take some time off, maybe be a little more introverted, go within more, have some time to yourself, regroup, and get stronger and deal with this. Okay, I will move on now. I don't want to seem like I'm lecturing, because I'm really not. I'm just telling you what I get. Okay, next is the Gemini. Scorpio dealing with Geminis. You got the Five of Pentacles. I really want you to look at these cards. And it was clarified by the Knight of Cups. Okay, here we go. All I got was a love message with this. I'm telling you, that's all I got. So you could be all in this relationship, like all in. And the Gemini, I will word it that way because I'm not sure. The Gemini could just want to live the rock star life, or I will just say the person. Someone could be all in when it comes to this relationship, and the other person just wants to live their life as a rock star. They want to be involved with the groupies. You know, they don't want to be bothered with this. This is definitely something short term, or it should be considered that, short term, seasonal. Someone could really be ready for or want marriage, but this other person is not in it for the long run. This could absolutely drain you. For some, you could have even caught them cheating, because look, you could have even caught them cheating. Wow. Yeah, so, and this, for some, this could actually even be an artist. This could be a musician or whatever. You could just finally get to the point where you are done. You're not getting anything from this. And you got the sadness and isolation, which is the Three of Swords. Painful experiences that you've been through that you're trying to recover from. It also talks about a separation needing to happen, or it has happened. It also talks about, you know, something that you really wanted to do, like you really looked at this as this was going to be your life, and now you've had to cut that off. Change your thinking all the way around, away from that idea. You could have had an idea about idea of how your life was going to be, but now you're seeing, with this person at least, it just can't happen. It just can't, and it could really be painful for you. You have to accept that this is over and try to move on. And I know that sounds so callous, but it's for your benefit. It's for your benefit. You see the truth, or you have, or you will. You see it. So, you could have, for some, you could have had this happen before to you, where you were all in, but the love was unrequited. And then you're like, okay, well, now I'm going to move on to this other person and it will be different. And then once again, it's the same. But don't beat yourself up over this. Those were lessons. We all have lessons. And now look at it as you know what to be aware of next time. Maybe you have ignored red flags. Maybe someone has shown you exactly who they are, but you refuse to see it. You refuse to acknowledge it. All right. Now, the additional messages that you got here, I never want to feel that way again. So, like I said, this could have happened before, or you could be feeling this way after this situation. I never want to feel that way again. Just make sure that you don't close your heart off to new love in the future. Okay? Don't become bitter. And this is how this person feels. This rock star. It has to be. Ask me if I care. They don't care about how you feel about what they want to do. They just want to live their life and be out here doing whatever, whoever. For some, the ask me if I care could be you. You know, after you've endured all this pain, you're just like, look, I don't even care anymore, whatever. But don't be like that. Don't be like that. You don't want to be in that energy and then something that is actually good for you comes around and you're just like, nope, don't be like that. Cleanse. And perfect, that's the perfect segue. Cleanse. After this, you need to cleanse yourself, your spirit, your mind, everything, your heart, so that you can have new, squeaky clean energy for what's to come for you. We're going to move on to Cancers. Scorpios dealing with Cancers. Cancerians. Okay, so your first, look at this. Scorpios dealing with Cancers. Here you go. This is what happens when two freaky water signs get together, huh? This is what you're doing? Is this what's going on? Scorpios, Cancers? Okay, so looks like some type of fetish. I mean, she has all the equipment. She has all the tools. She's ready. Okay? It was clarified by two cards, actually. The Queen of Pentacles and the Lovers. Let's see if I can show it to you like this. Okay. So, you could have a decision to make regarding a relationship. It could seem romantic. There's a strong attraction. Great sex, obviously, as we've seen. But ask yourself if this is clouding your judgment. If the sex and the attraction is covering up the person's flaws. Are you ignoring red flags? You could need to focus on your business. Focus on yourself and not get swept up in this. Don't get swept up in this thinking that you're about to just run off and marry this person. For whoever is watching this and that resonates. If it's a business situation, it talks about combining your resources with possibly Cancer or Scorpio, and that could really help you get to the next level. You could marry rich. Well, actually, I like to say wealthy because wealthy is better than rich. You could marry wealthy, marry a wealthy person. Make sure that life isn't all about the material things and the status, though, okay, with the devil card. Make sure it does not turn you into that type of person. Okay? You got the Five of Cups for the advice. And this is change your focus. Like I said, don't get so caught up in the sex and the attraction. Change your focus. I mean, it's good to have that stuff, but at the same time, make sure that you also have time for yourself so that you can do what you need to do and take your mind off of this so that you're not so, I can't think of the word, enveloped. You're just not so caught up in it. For some, you might make the decision to end things, because with the Lovers, that could be a decision that you make about a relationship. You could just make a decision to end things because it's just, you can't do it right now, or you found yourself too caught up in the situation. I'm not sure. But once you do, I mean, because the Five of Cups talks about an ending. So that's why I'm saying that. Once you do end it, for some that decide to do that, new opportunities will open up for you. So keep that in mind. You may find a different, better paying job if it's a business situation. You know, leaving a job, going to a better job. Don't just jump into a financial opportunity just because it's paying more. Like I was saying, don't get caught up in the material things to where it clouds your judgment. All that glitters is not gold. We've all heard that saying. Don't sell your soul. Be cautious. Be cautious. Okay. I mean, because I know you're probably scrolling on social media. You see people in love. You see people living their best life. And that's good because you are destined for that. But at the same time, make sure that you make the right decisions. I hope you're happy for me. So I'm not sure why you got that card. It could be something where you've ended it and you're like, hey, you know, we can still be friends or whatever. And then they see you elevating after that, because it did talk about new opportunities opening up for you. And then you can think to yourself, or even say it to the other person if you're still friends. Well, I hope you're happy for me. Could be that. Study. Like I was saying, examine everything. Examine the love that you think that this is or that it could be. Examine this relationship, potential relationship. Examine the business dealings. Examine all of it. Study it. And you got 2 messages on here, so I will read both. You won't forget me. And judging by that devil card, I don't think anyone could forget this type of experience. Or it could be, like I said, if you decided to end a relationship, maybe you're saying to the other person, or you're thinking that they won't forget you. And dedicated. Maybe you are assuming that this person with the Lover's card is dedicated to you, and they very well could be. But just make sure that you make the right decisions. Okay, so moving on to the Leos. Scorpios dealing with Leos. Leo. You got the 6 of Cups. And you got the Tower. Don't freak out. But You could have a past lover trying to re-enter your life. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I'm not sure if this past lover is a Leo or a Scorpio because I don't know who I'm talking to. But or maybe it's neither one, who knows. But Scorpio dealing with Leo, you could have a past person that may try to re-enter your life, and that could cause everything to just turn upside down in your life. It could be a complete shock. You could have thought that person would never ever contact you again, and here they approach you talking about resolving things with you. You could resolve things with a Leo or a Scorpio. um Maybe you could be approaching, if it's an existing relationship, you could be approaching the relationship with a different, better way of thinking and relating to a Leo or Scorpio. Um, you could even end a relationship and then reconnect with a past lover. Could be both. You could recover from a financial loss setback if this is not having to do with love. You could combine money with a Leo, possibly. Could repay a Leo for some. You could even lose your job, but you get a different, better one. You could have felt trapped in that job, and now things are looking up. Things are so much better. You did get third eye chakra, and this talks about strengthening your intuition, tapping more into your inner guidance and strengthening that so that you can actually hear when the divine and the angels try to communicate with you. Maybe pass down loved ones, ancestors. Okay. I think that's, oh, no, forgot. So you got additional messages. I'm waiting for an apology. Like I said, you could have a past person that's trying to re-enter your life. And they could just, and you're like, what the? And they could just be like, hey, Scorpio or Leo, it's me. Just wanted to see what you were up to and if you wanted to rekindle a romance. It could be something like that. And you're like, well, wait a minute now. You can't just show back up and we just sweep things under the rug. That's not how it goes. I'm waiting for an apology. And then you also have this assertive card. You are being assertive and you are telling them straight up, like, no, no, no. Don't, I'm not the old Leo or Scorpio that you used to know. I speak up for myself. If you had an issue with that before, being maybe a little too passive, you are assertive now, and you're speaking up. You're asserting yourself. You also have misunderstood. So maybe this past person, maybe they were misunderstood. Maybe they really did want this, but things just weren't right at the time. Someone was misunderstood. A situation was misunderstood. Okay, and this is going to be the last message for this video. Virgo. Now, Virgos, don't hate me. Don't hate me, okay? But I do have to confess, when I was laying out all of these cards, I'm like, wait a minute now. Something looks off. And then I realized it. It was only 11 piles. I totally forgot you, Virgo. But don't hate me, like I said, because I love you. I really do. All right. And I made up for it because, you got messages. Okay. So, first card, Two of Swords. Look at them. It's clarified by the Hierophant. That's not a typical Hierophant card, but that's why I love that because it's like so different. It's so different. All right, so Let's talk about this. Now, actually, now that I think about it, me forgetting Virgo could have been a message in itself for a Scorpio out there. Like, forget Virgo. Or I've moved on from Virgo. Now I'm able to forget them. Or, like I said, it could be flipped and a Virgo could forget the Scorpio. Don't don't send the shooters out for me because I said it the other way around, Virgo. I love you, like I said. All right. So there could be a decision about a relationship here. You both could be on two totally different pages, and it could feel as if you're both speaking two different languages. Like, literally, there's no communication. Look at them. They are spending their time talking to other people, keeping themselves busy, instead of just talking to each other. And it's probably because they can't figure out how to communicate effectively with each other. There could be a lot of love there. Um, One, you two could both be different. Maybe you've been together for a while, and what people usually say after a certain period of time, we've outgrown each other. It could be that type of situation where you're just like, who are you? I don't even know you anymore. I know that happened a lot with COVID. A lot of people spent more time together and they were just like, who is this stranger in my house? Could be that. One could be traditional, the other not. One could want structure, the other is more relaxed. Spiritual, non spiritual. For some, one could have court cases is what I originally got. More than one court case, because look at that judge. This could be a person in the relationship here, and they could just be like, another court case, and this is the other person down there. They're always getting into trouble. That could be for some people. They're just like, this person is just like, do I really want to deal with this for the rest of my life? This other person getting in trouble all the time, dealing with court cases. This isn't even my life. I'm not even getting in trouble. That's not how I was raised or whatever the situation is. And I say it could be a court case, and then look at this. You have the detached card, and that is major arcana for the justice card. I'm just saying there could be a legal situation here, and you are just, or someone is just annoyed with having to deal with the same person doing the same BS. It's like, get it together. Is this relationship fulfilling you? Is it satisfying you? Is it harmonious? It's time to just accept the truth, see it for what it is, decide what you're going to do, gain clarity. It's time for all of that because someone's unhappy here. I mean, look. The additional messages you got, I was careless with you. So, one of these people in this situation realize where they messed up. They did not appreciate the fact that you were there for them the entire time. You have always taken them back. You are, a kind person. Maybe they didn't see your worth, and now they realize where they messed up. They were careless when it comes to you. And look at this. Treasure. They realize that you are the treasure. They had it all with you, possibly. And they messed it up. And then you have weight. So, for some, maybe there is a possible future, but it's just not right now. your urge to wait about something. Maybe whatever question you had coming in to this reading, to watch this reading, maybe that is the answer to it. Okay? So I'm going to head out and do part 2, which is Libra through Pisces. And I think that's about it. Hopefully you were able to get something from these messages. I can't believe it's 40 minutes. Hopefully that's okay. I will will I timestamp? I didn't even do that. Oh my gosh. I will try to timestamp. I'm not going to promise that, but I will try because it is a long video. But yeah, please subscribe if you like the vibe. Please drop a like. Why did I say drop a like? Please hit the like button if you like the video. I mean, why not, right? And also, I found out that leaving comments on videos help the channel grow as well. So I will not hate you if you leave a comment. Okay? All right. So thank you, and I'll see you later.